SAVE Act is everywhere right now. And so Trump called it out yesterday. Great job by hardworking Scott Presler on Fox and Friends talking about using the talking filibuster to pass the Save America Act. It must be done immediately. I, as president, will not sign other bills until this is passed. So he's going all in on this with the Senate. So this is Trump warring militarily with Iran, warring politically now with his own Senate. This is a declaration of war to Congress. Not the watered down version. Go for the gold. Must show voter ID, proof of citizenship, no mail-in ballots, no men and women's sports, no transgender mutilation for children. Don't fail. Trump, this is be Trump's last big legislative act before the midterms. If they somehow still lose the midterms after this, which I don't think they would, but he knows he's got to push this right now, because one of two things is going to happen. They're actually going to either push it and get it through, which would be a miracle and would change so much for us, or they'll get exposed in not doing it. And Trump is going to be able to use that as well. Listen to what Trump had to say about this today.
They're doing everything possible because they know if we get this, they probably won't win an election for 50 years, okay? And maybe longer. And they're going to fight like hell. But boy, do they get killed. Because even the Democrats, you saw the numbers today, Democrats voted 86% that this stuff should be passed. The Democrats. With Republicans, you're at 98%. But Democrats are at 86%, except for the people that run the Democrat Party, because they want to try and win elections illegally. It's the only reason you vote against voter ID is because you want to cheat. There's no other reason. They come up with reasons. They say, it's racist. That's their number one, racist. Then you have to explain it, and they're just sitting there mumbling. They can't explain it.
50 years, he said. They can't win without it. So Trump knows. Trump knows that if we fix our elections, it's over. He added this today as well. This one's a little longer. I'll make it full screen.
But we're going to push them to get it done, because I don't think you can politically exist if you're not going to do voter ID and these things. I don't think the people in this country will stand for it. So I'm making my biggest plea tonight. It'll make you, and I'm not doing it for this reason at all. It'll guarantee the midterms. It'll guarantee the midterms. If you don't get it, big trouble, my opinion. If you get this, your midterms, and they know it. For two reasons. Number one, they won't be able to cheat. And number two, the people are demanding it. Every time I go out, Save America, sir, Save America Act. We want the Save America Act, sir. That's all they talk about. They don't talk about housing. They don't talk about anything. That's what they talk about. And if you send it up that you're going to win the midterms at levels that you can't even believe, and you're going to win every election for a long time until somebody really screws things up, and hopefully that won't happen. But I've never been more confident that if we keep these promises and deliver on this popular agenda, the American people will stand with us in overwhelming numbers, just as they did in 2024. I heard Mike say it's actually 78 million votes, but it was actually 86. You know, they cheated like hell, but it was too big to rig. Remember? I won 3 times. First time was great. Second time, they cheated like hell. It was COVID. And their cheating was at an inspirational level. We can't let that ever happen again. And then they cheated again in the last election, but I went up. The term I used most was too big to rig. You got to go out. Don't believe, because we had polls having us way up. I said, don't believe the polls. Go out and vote. Make it too big to rig. And that's what happened. A couple of races they cheated on, they got away with it. A couple of Senate races, my opinion. But we have to make it too big to rig, and that's what we did. But we shouldn't have to win an election that way. You're going to have a hard time winning elections that way. So you got to get that passed. And
I mean, a couple of huge statements there. So number one, he said, if you pass this, I guarantee you win the midterms. Guarantees it. That's pretty wild right there. And then I thought it was very interesting how he tells the story of how they won 2024. that they did cheat and they just made it too big to rig. That was Trump's story the entire time. Now, there's other stories out there like Emerald Robinson, who's a total grifter. She's out there saying like there's this other story. I don't know if there's any truth to that story. Emerald lies about so many other things. But the fact is like Trump tells us right there, we just overwhelmed it. And that's what they did in 2016 as well. Stop a little bit here, but overwhelm overall. But Trump's also telling the Republicans here that you guys don't have that. You guys aren't going to get any overwhelming victories without me. You're not going to, it's not going to happen, but past this, and I guarantee you win. Now, Trump's got more up his sleeve because I have a feeling, getting the SAVE Act passed is going to be very difficult, very difficult. Even if they did a standing talking filibuster to go back to it, it's going to be extremely difficult. But here's Trump calling it out. We can never allow them to take to win again. And I like this take right here. By the way, I like Awaken Outlaw. He's a good account to follow. But it says he already telling us Democrats won't win in November. That's almost certainly going to be attributable to election reforms going to take place in the interim now and then, making it impossible for them to cheat to win. This isn't about politics. Goes a lot deeper than that. Problem includes Republicans. But first things first, Democrats cannot be allowed to reassert control because the concept of enemies, foreign and domestic, applies here. We cannot allow our literal adversaries, insurrectionists, to steal our election because there'd never be a chance to right the ship. I kind of agree with this. I do think we could still win 2028. I don't think the midterms are the end of the world. I think they're very, very important, and they could significantly slow Trump down if they win. But just as I see everything, Trump will still be commander-in-chief. They won't be able to impeach him because even if they win the Senate, they won't have the 66 votes to convict him. And then they get J.D. Vance. I mean, the midterms are not the end of the world, but they are very important if we want to see this acceleration continue. If we win the midterms, 2028 is going to be a breeze. If we win the midterms, 2028 is lock it in. J.D. Vance or Rubio, but it'll probably be J.D. Vance, they're going right in. And I believe that the Republicans will hold the majority again for maybe a full 8 years. We'll see. Because if 2028's won, which we're on track to win it big, then because I just don't see the presidency being lost on Trump's watch. I'm sorry. So if it's won, I think they set back the ticket. The Democratic Party once and for all. It'll be the final death knell to the Democratic Party as it is. But still, very important midterms. And I do think Trump's making moves to make sure that the elections are shored up before the midterms. And here's why. Look at this. This came out this morning. Trump says the FBI secretly seized Maricopa County election records as voting investigation expands. So here's Trump. Great. FBI secretly seizes election records. So that's Trump directly sharing it. We've already got Georgia, now Arizona. There is some talk from people who know things, and we'll see if they're right on this, but that there's going to be major election news coming out soon. And that, my friends, is either, if it's true, it's going to force the SAVE Act through, or it'll lead to other opportunities where Trump can call like a national emergency. So guys, we have, there's a lot of hope right here. And isn't it incredible? Again, just like going back to my Reagan comparison, isn't it incredible what Trump's doing all at once? Venezuela, Iran, Cuba, and fixing elections all at once. The cartels, taking out the cartels, getting our Western Hemisphere in order. I mean, it's unbelievable. Bankrupting the city of London. I mean, taking over the oil. It's just all at the same time. This is all going on right now. So this is just crazy what he's pulling off. And here's Brian Cates talking about the grand jury. So FBI is expanding its criminal probe into suspected election irregularities, obtaining a large tranche of voting records from Arizona's largest county with a recent grand jury subpoena. They must have gotten that grand jury in Arizona. See, we can't do anything with the D.C. grand juries, but the state grand juries are just fine. Well, not all of them, but you know what I mean. Sources who spoke only on condition of anonymity because of the secrecy of the grand jury probe said FBI agents are receiving gigabytes of electronic election data from Maricopa County. Subpoena comes 5 years after GOP-led Arizona State Senate conducted a lengthy investigation. Guys, it's coming. It's coming. So we knock out the elections. It's going to be smooth sailing. And he might pull all this off this year. Absolutely incredible.